Out of time. It's the lady from the store, Max shouted. They watched as Juniper switched around a corner and was gone. Hurry up, cried Ellie. She's going to get to Luna before we do. We have to tell her we're here. Ellie grabbed Max and pulled him down the passageway with her. Brad and Big ran behind them. How is this even possible? Big yelled as they ran. We left that lady on the sidewalk in Philadelphia, didn't we? I'm so confused. How did you get on the ship anyway? Anyway, he left from England, not Philadelphia. Rudd seemed confused, but they could not tell. They could tell by her grin that she was enjoying the crazy adventure she'd gotten pulled into. None of them answered her, but she still followed them as they ran down the hall, following flashes of the woman's dress around corners, through a dining hall and music room, and then through a set of doors that opened to reveal a huge staircase that wrapped around the room. Ellie, Big, and Max all gasped. Red led them up the steps, squeezing past couples coming down, so they could look over the balcony. There was a beautiful dome window and a gigantic chandelier hanging above them. Ellie thought it looked like something that belonged in a palace. Red said, "Grand, isn't it?" Down below, Luna wagged her tail at the woman in purple and green, who was crouched down in front of her. Juniper was saying something to Luna that they couldn't hear. Ellie noticed that she had another one of those glowing balls in her hand, just like the one Luna had swallowed. Only this one was green, a second infinity spinner. Ellie nudged Max and pointed. Max raised wide, and he leaned over the railing. "Hey, lady!" he shouted. Everyone around them stopped talking. Juniper startled and rose to her feet, but she held tightly onto Luna. "You three made it here after all," she grinned. Ellie couldn't figure out what she was so happy about. Here was not exactly a great place to be, but at least Luna hadn't spun off without them. She must not have chased her tail enough to go anywhere else. They all ran down to Luna. Ellie bent down and hugged her. "Don't ever run away again, sweet girl." Luna licked Ellie's cheek and nibbled her ear. It was her way of apologizing. "No globe," Red said. "She probably ate it," said Big, as Ellie slipped Luna's collar back on. "This dog probably has a whole department store in her stomach. I don't know how we will explain this one to the vet." He turned to Juniper. "How exactly did we get here anyway?" "Did you send us away on purpose?" asked Max. "Will the spinner still work to get us home?" asked Ellie. Luna barked, "What is going on?" Blood shouted over all of them. Several people stopped in their tracks to see what the fuss was all about, and Juniper ushered them to the edge of the room so they wouldn't attract any more attention. "Listen, all of you. I don't have enough time to explain everything." Juniper started, but she was interrupted by a woman shouting, "Rudy Elizabeth Becker, I've been looking everywhere for you, young lady. Then you are not supposed to be up here." Your brother is in the cabin waiting. Then you know how I feel about this rickety boat. What possessed you to run off like this? And who are these awful children? She eyed Big's sweatshirt like it was on fire and quickly pulled Rudd to her side. At that, Juniper looked at Ellie, Big and Max right in the eyes. I can't stay. There's someone I have to find before he finds you. Go get that silver teapot. Get your dog to spin 5 times. Get home. She looked worried for a moment, but then she put her hands on Ellie's shoulder and whispered, I know you can do this. It's what you were born to do. Trust me. And then she ran up the stairs, spun around 5 times, and vanished. Rudd's mother looked like she might faint. Please wait, Ellie yelled. But it was too late. Juniper was gone. Ellie wanted to cry. Someone was after them, and Juniper left them behind. Max squeezed Ellie's hand. I'll go be okay. It will be okay, he said. She's right. We've got Luna, but now we need a teapot. Big asked, scratching his head. I don't get it. Ellie knew exactly which teapot they needed, although she didn't understand why. But before she could tell Big, she noticed Rudd's mother quickly leading Rudd away. I didn't even say goodbye to my friends yet, Rudd said. Too bad, her mother said. We're going back to our cabin right now. Rudd wavered as her mother guided her away. It was nice to meet you. Glad you got your dog back. Maybe I'll see you in America. Wait, Ellie called after Rudd, but Rudd's mother held out her hand to stop her. That's enough, child, she said and whisked Rudd away. Ellie felt sick to her stomach. They never had a chance to explain to Rudd what was going to happen to the Titanic. Now Ellie really felt like crying, but she blinked back the tear as best she could. What time is it? She asked Big, wiping her face dry. What does that matter? Even though the day it is, Big rubbed his face. He watched as Ellie hooked the leash back onto Luna's collar, making sure it was tight enough that the puppy wouldn't slip out of it again. Luna licked Ellie's hand. Is time even a thing anymore? Asked Mac. If you're trapped in 1912, the ship hit an iceberg late at night, almost midnight, I think. Ellie whispered. I remember learning in class that so many people were already in bed when it happened that a lot of them never knew anything was wrong until it was too late. No one thought this ship could sink, even when if it was in trouble. If we go after Rudd now, we can still warn her before it's too late. We don't even know what room she's in, said Big. Well, then we can just knock on every door and warn everyone, Ellie said. The giant clock chimed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have to move fast, Ellie said, gripping Luna's leash tightly. If tonight is the night the Titanic sinks, we're running out of time. All about aboard. Titanic fact. Ellie, Big, and Max are amazed as Rudd shows them Titanic's ballroom, swimming pool, and other fancy features. Indeed, the real ship had a heated swimming pool, a gym full of exercise equipment, a barber shop, and beautiful restaurants that served lobster, caviar, and other fine food. Unfortunately, many of these things were only for first-class passengers, so people with less money weren't allowed to use them. This was especially hard when it came to important things like crowded bedrooms and bathrooms, where hundreds of third-class passengers had to share two bathtubs. For more facts, check it out Digging Up the Past: Titanic by Lisa J. Armstrong on Epic. Will Ellie, Big, Max, and Luna make it safely home? Find out in Out of Time, Lost on the Titanic, Book 3, The End.